Hello and welcome back to the FSS Football Channel and today's edition of Premier League preview for Game Week 28. Now, last week we saw Liverpool lose yet again at Anfield, this time to Fulham 1-0 thanks to a Mario Lemina strike. We saw Manchester United break Manchester City's 21 game winning streak thanks to goals from Bruno Fernandes and Luke Shaw. We also saw Spurs smash 4 past Crystal Palace, and finally we saw more VAR controversy as Arsenal were denied a penalty for a clear handball by Eric Peters, and we saw Phil Foden get fouled by Alex McCarthy in the Southampton game, but nothing given. Anyway, with that being said, let's get into this week's games. Newcastle United versus Aston Villa. Now, both teams coming to this game, I don't think they're in fantastic form. Both teams are lacking goals at the moment, and both are without their key players. Callum Wilson, their main goal scorer for Newcastle United, he's out, of course, and he's going to be out for another week or so. Jack Grealish, similar. Although he's not their main goal scorer, he is their main creator. He's a player that creates chances and obviously assists players like Ollie Watkins, and he's a big miss for Aston Villa. And while both of these teams are without their key men, I think they're going to struggle. I think Villa, like I said, without Grealish, they've struggled for goals. I think all year long, really, Newcastle have struggled with goals. Callum Wilson being the exception to that rule. And without both of them players, I think it's going to be a boring one. I think a goal either way would steal it. I think Aston Villa are just a better team, so I'm going to say they'll steal it 1-0. Leeds United versus Chelsea. Chelsea coming to this game defensively amazing. Thomas Tuchel has done amazing work with that Chelsea defence. Got them defending really well. They're playing a back five, obviously, and they've just been fantastic. Chelsea kept clean sheets in their last 4 games. Those games being against Manchester United, Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, and Everton. So defensively, they are superb at the moment. And look, there's 15 points separating these two sides. While Leeds are a good side going forward, I think, as what I've just shown, at the moment, Chelsea's defensive record is superb and not something you can argue against. I think Chelsea will win this game. I think they're going to win it 2-0. Crystal Palace versus West Brom. Now, I think this is going to be a fairly boring one. Both teams lack a real goal-scoring threat. I don't think any of them really concern defences. I think both of them aren't great defensively at the moment. I think Sam Allardyce is keen to sort that defence out for West Brom. I think slowly they probably are doing that. But they was unlucky not to get something against Everton, having their last-minute goal ruled out, of course. They're getting there. They're getting better, West Brom. I think a goal either way could happen, and I think obviously that would get them 3 points for that club, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm going for a 0-0 draw. Everton versus Burnley. Now, Everton, for me, are one of the top teams. They are fantastic at the moment. Yes, they lost to Chelsea, but I think Pickford had a fantastic game. I wouldn't be worried if I was an Everton fan. I think what Carlo Ancelotti's doing at the club is there to see. He's been fantastic since joining the club, and he's only taken them up. Well, Burnley, I don't think they've been their usual selves. I think they've become a little bit easier to beat. In recent weeks, they've become more of the same old Burnley. I think we saw that against Arsenal. But I think there's more to come from Burnley. But I don't see them be able to beat this Everton side today. I'm going for a 2-0 Everton win. Fulham versus Manchester City. Now, Fulham, of course, once again, put Liverpool to the sword at Anfield, beating them 1-0 thanks to that Mario Lemina shot. And what Scott Parker's doing at Fulham at the moment is fantastic. He's made them really hard to beat, which is crucial for a team trying to survive. And at the moment, it looks like they will. They're not far off Brighton and Newcastle, who are above them in 17th and 16th. If they keep playing how they are, they will find their way out of this relegation scrap. And I think they probably deserve it. I think Scott Parker's proven that he's a decent manager, and he has what it takes to keep this Fulham side in the Premier League. But Manchester City are too strong, aren't they? It's all well and good having a tough team to beat, which Fulham are. When you're against this Manchester City side, there's no chance of winning, really. I mean, Man United won, of course we did, but we're not Fulham. Fulham aren't strong enough to stop this Man City side. So I can only see a Man City win. It's just a matter of how many, not if. I'm going 3-0 Man City. Southampton versus Brighton. Now, Southampton are in a real mess. They've got 1 win in the last 10 games, including that 9-0 to Manchester United and that 5-2 against Manchester City in their last game. Brighton, I don't think there's something about Brighton. I think they play incredible football. I think Graham Potter deserves a lot of credit for the football that Brighton play. However, goal scoring, they're awful. They can't score a goal. They don't have a proper goal scorer. And that's something they need to look to change in the summer if they can stay in the Premier League. I think they play some good football, but they don't have a goal scorer. And that is the reason they're so low in the table. They need to do better in front of goal if Brighton want to stay up. I think they're a good side. I think this could go either way. Something has to break. Either Brighton will have to start scoring soon, or Southampton will have to start winning soon. I think there will be a winner. I think it's tough to call, but I'm just going to go for a 1-0 Southampton. I just reckon they have the goal scorers in their team to score, while I can't say that too much about Brighton. Leicester City versus Sheffield United. Now let's keep this one brief. We all know why Leicester City are 3rd and Sheffield United are 20th. Sheffield United aren't very good. Leicester City are very, very good. I don't see anything but a Leicester City winning this game. The big problem with Sheffield United is that they don't have a goal scorer. You compare them to Leicester. Leicester have Jamie Vardy, someone who will put the ball in the back of the net when given a chance. You look at Sheffield United on the other hand, they have Ryan Brewster, their big money signing. Been awful. Hasn't been able to put the ball in the back of the net. David McGoldrick, their top goal scorer this season. Last season, I believe he got 1 goal. Maybe he didn't score at all for Sheffield United. He's not a good enough goal scorer. Billy Sharp, same really at this level. They don't have someone who puts the ball in the back of the net on a consistent basis, and that's why they're struggling. And I think that's why they'll struggle again today. I don't see anything else. But a Leicester City win, I'm going for 3-0. It's the North London derby. It's Arsenal versus Spurs. Now, at the moment, Jose Mourinho has got that front three of Kane, Son and Gareth Bale playing fantastically well. They put 4 past Crystal Palace, and both Kane, Bale were in fine form. Son getting in on the action as well. And I think what we could start seeing from Spurs, and it's what I hope to see from Spurs, and I think a lot of Spurs fans will hope this as well, that instead of Spurs trying to defend and win a 1-0, but just think, you know what, fuck it. We can't defend. So if we concede 2, we'll score 3. We'll try and outscore teams rather than try and defend a 1-goal lead. And I think that would be an exciting Spurs team. And I think that would be a Spurs team that could get further and higher up in this table than the Spurs team which we've seen for the majority of this season, where Mourinho's tried to shut up shop at 1-0 and it's not worked. Arsenal, I think they're clicking into gear at the moment. They scored 3 against Olympiacos in the Europa League. I think they're playing some really good stuff. I think Martin Odegaard has come in and looks fantastic. I think this is a very, very, very big game. Arsenal need the win to lower that difference in points between the two clubs to 4. Obviously, at the moment, there's 7 points between the two clubs. And I think it's going to be a different game to that one we saw at the White Hart Lane Stadium, where Spurs ran away 2-0 victors. I think it'll be an interesting one. I think it'll be full of goals. I'm going for a 2-2 draw. Manchester United versus West Ham United. Now, this is going to be an interesting game. I think both clubs are playing well. And especially when it comes to Manchester United have got a big list of injuries, which will impact how this game goes. Of course, I will be doing a watch-along and a match preview for this game. So please do make sure you tune into that. And make sure you are subscribed and you have the notification bell on. So when that video and when I go live, you are notified. Anyway, like I say, I think United will have it tough with all the injuries we've got. But I think we will just about steal it like we need to if we are looking to solidify second place and top 4. I'm going for a 1-0 Manchester United win. And the final game of the episode, it's going to be Wolves versus Liverpool. Now, Wolves, I don't think they're amazing in front of goal. And Liverpool, I don't think they're great in general, but I think they will start to hit form. And I think they will win this game. Of course, they've done the double over RB Leipzig now in the Champions League, beating them 2-0 on both occasions, both in Budapest, and they've now scored more goals in Budapest than they have at Anfield this year, which is mental. But I think they will win today. I think Wolves can't keep a clean sheet really for love nor money. And I think today, Liverpool will finally get winning again. And this will probably start their rebuild. So yeah, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Liverpool win. And this week's player to watch is going to be Bruno Fernandes. Like I said, Manchester United have a lot of injury problems, especially in the midfield and going forward. Without Pogba, Donny van der Beek, Martial, Cavani, potentially Rashford. We're going to need Bruno to pull something out of the bag, and he so often does for Manchester United. I would not be surprised to see it happen again. I think Bruno Fernandes will be key to us winning this game against West Ham, so he will be my player to watch. Honourable mentions for sure are players like Riyad Mahrez, Raheem Sterling, potentially Sergio Aguero if he plays for City against Fulham. All of them, I believe, could be in the goals, or when it comes to Sterling and Mahrez, could create a handful of goals. That being said, Bruno Fernandes will be my player to watch. Anyway, if you have enjoyed, please do hit that like button below and subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. We have just hit 100 subscribers, which is fantastic. I thank all of you for your support, and it's greatly appreciated. Please do get involved in the comments section below. Let me know your predictions down below. And yeah, that will be it. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next one in a bit. Peace.